Funding for Greater Chattanooga is provided by EPB Fiber Optics and Unum.
Served 7 years in the U.S. Army. Was a staff sergeant when I got out. Squad leader, did 28 months in Iraq. After my first tour when I got home, I noticed I was drinking a lot. Drink sadness away and guilt and things like that. I was mixing Xanax and alcohol pretty much on a nightly basis to go to sleep. I think I got home December 15th, and December 31st, I made up the mind to take my life.
Molly, were you here that day that Matt came in? Matt walked into the store one day and didn't know him, and I just happened to, offer to help him. And but he was really pale white, big black circles under his eyes, and so we started talking. And he had just gotten out of rehab and was looking to get a dog. And I asked him for what, and he was asking about German Shepherds and this and that. And I just told him I didn't really know much about that, but I had been training dogs for about 18 years and bred labs and had some puppies, and I had one if he was interested in that. And so he took me up on that offer and took a dog the next day.
I guess shortly after, I told him, like, we got to do this for other guys. I've got buddies that are suffering pretty bad, and I would love to help them too.
With what he was looking for, it was an instant eye-opener for me that so many guys are out there struggling after combat, and that there's this need of the dogs. When you're having anxiety and you're stressed out or you're mad, there's different chemicals that your body produces, and the dogs will smell that. And so these dogs can alert the veterans to let them know, hey, it's time to get out of here. They can alert them by nudging their leg, it's time to go, giving different cues, and we can teach those different cues. So there's nightmare detection. They can pull the blanket off the person. They can pull the pillow out from under their head to get them awake again. They get the veterans up and out. I mean, you can't just sit around all day with a dog. You have to get up and go exercise the dog and do certain things for a dog. When I approached the ladies at Chattanooga Obedience Club, they were very gracious and excited about this, but they offered to do a private class for the veterans, so we'd have people apply. We got ready to start last January and started at OCC, and we did a weekly class every Friday night. I mean, it's a great thing. It's an awesome thing. That tool of a service dog is life-changing. It's a game changer for anybody. But it seemed like there was more that we could do, and it seemed like if we do this in a certain way that we can get these guys to plug into more than just the dog.
Well, when I first went in there, I was very isolated. I was having trouble communicating with my kids, with anybody. Didn't really talk to anybody. As soon as I was walk in, my guard was up. I don't know, right there towards the end of training, it just felt my whole attitude was different. I wanted to be there. I wanted to have conversations with all these people that 6 months before I couldn't stand the thought of being in a room with. You're a combat veteran. You see things differently than most people. And to have someone right there next to you going through what you're going through, who's been where you've been, and feels all the negative feelings that you feel, understands all that, I think it makes a world of difference.
Come on, Buzz, let's walk up here.
Other organizations, as most people know, they breed labs or golden retrievers, and they raise them for 2 to 2.5 years, and they go through all the training before they go to their person. My gut just said that what we really need here is almost any dog.
I mean, when we first started thinking about it, it was like, here's all these dogs that are getting killed, and you know, and they need help too. And I think it is important too with a veteran. You got somebody who feels less than everyone else. Maybe they feel just, you just don't, it's hard to really explain. You just feel like something's off compared to everyone else. And then you have this dog that, you know, kind of lives a life that's isolated, and he's alone, and then you pair these two people together, and like, and I've seen it in the program to where you have somebody that latches onto the dog just because they feel the dog is lost like they are.
It's just that we're seeing such a difference in the veterans, you know, that quick, that they're making that bond with the dog that's just inseparable. The dog is our inlet, but we get a chance to get to know the families oftentimes, the veterans themselves, and you know, our hope is to plug them in. Once they graduate, is to keep them plugged in some way.
Not gonna do us. Good girl, look at this, that's for you. Not really, she'll eat it, but.
I think that Operation Freedom Dogs and groups like it offer an avenue for veterans to overcome that barrier and to start being a part of their communities and be a part of society again.
We've seen such a difference in not just the dog and the veteran together. We've seen a bigger difference from these folks having a purpose and feeling that they're part of something. You know, in humanity, we're not made to be alone. So by staying plugged into something and hopefully having a purpose to what you're doing, it's changing all that mentality.
Getting into OFD, like all of a sudden you're seeing like, wow, you're changing lives. Like some people are showing up and they're smiling again, and I think that tells you like, yeah, maybe there is a reason you should be here. It's given me hope. It's reconnected me with other veterans, shown me that I still have a purpose, or you know, I can still change things.
My ability to serve and my desire to serve didn't end when I got out of the Marines. You know, I still want to serve, and I still want to be a benefit to society, and this is helping me do that. I think it's going to help other veterans do that.
You're gonna do that to all these streets you're going, aren't you? Go on.